The High Court, Mr. Hariharan, your President, Vice President, Secretary, and other office bearers of Delhi High Court Bar Association, the producer, director, screenplay writer, and all associated with the this web series Black Warrant, Mr. Gupta, members of the legal fraternity, ladies and gentlemen. I have spent my childhood in Lucknow on the jail road. That means jail, my residence was very, very near to jail. About the open jail experiment, I have some memories. My barber, my tailor, and the vegetable vendors, they were all prisoners, they were all convicts, and we had a central jail as also a district jail. So inside the premises of the central jail, there was a big agricultural farm. Vegetables were grown, and in the morning, especially during the winter season when you have lots of vegetables, fresh vegetables used to be sold by the vegetable vendors. They were all convicts. And once I spoke to my barber as to how do you manage this? You work from 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock, and then again you go to the jail. So the kind of story he told me was a bit moving. Now, as it happens in the rural areas of state of Uttar Pradesh, because of very, very trivial disputes, murders take place. Say for carrying the water to a particular agricultural field, somebody is trying to carry the water to his field and the other one is trying to stop it because he wants the water to go to his field. So on these kinds of trivial disputes, under sudden provocation, murders take place, and because they don't have adequate means, I would say, to have access to justice, most of the times their trials result into their conviction. About the statistics, about the history as to how the jail administration has developed, we have already heard my previous speakers. The statistics, of course, is very, very staggering, very, very, what should I say? I mean, it's alarming. A jail housing 400 persons, where the capacity is that of 40. You can imagine the kind of life they are leading there. It is, I should not remind all of you that we in our jurisprudence recognize that, of course, somebody has been incarcerated because of certain crime he has committed. But then inside the jail, he does not lose his basic human rights. But see the kind of life we are able to provide to these convicts inside the jail. They are so overcrowded. And this, it is not that the administrators of the prison do not recognize this fact, but perhaps they lack the interest or maybe the requisite resolve to come forth with some solutions. In Delhi itself, I am told there are around more than 20,000 prisoners. Capacity, you know what exactly is the capacity of the jails. I am told that some new jail premises are being constructed. I hope that the persons involved in overseeing the construction of the jails will take more interest and ensure that these jails come up as soon as possible. One area which I would like to emphasize that has something to do with the legal process and is related to the access to justice. Again, I would narrate an incident which happened with me while I was holding criminal roster in High Court at Lucknow. Now, this appeal, jail appeal, came to a division bench where I was the junior member of the bench. It was filed by a lady convict and there was a delay of 10 years, 9 to 10 years in filing the appeal. So as usual, whenever there is a delay in filing the criminal appeal against the conviction, the court tend to pass an order, file objection to the condonation of delay application. So when this matter came up, obviously the senior bench partner, as usual, said to file the objection to the delay condonation application. So I said, sir, just wait. Getting a jail appeal filed is the responsibility of the state. If they have delayed it, what possible objection can they file to it? And for this reason, why should her appeal not be admitted right now, condoning the delay? You see, then I took some pains. I have not been a criminal side lawyer. So I studied the matter, required the presence of the superintendent of jail and asked him as to what is the procedure you follow inside the jail to ensure that every convict who intends to file the appeal is able to exercise his right of filing appeal. So then what he told me, that once a convict is entered inside the jail, he is asked as to whether he will get his appeal filed through the jail authorities or through his family members. And then generally what happens, once any accused is convicted, he has a lot of hope from his family members, from his friends, from his brother, sister, father, mother, whosoever is there in his family, that he will contest my appeal. And normally in 99 out of 100 cases, once on the admission in jail, the accused gets it recorded that his appeal will be filed by his family members. And once this is recorded, that register is kept aside. But after a lapse of a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, a year, when the convict's family member do not contact him, the convict, or they do not get the appeal filed, then there should be a provision to inquire from the convict as to, on some periodical basis, what was happening in UP, that once this information was recorded, nobody inside the jail ever asked as to whether your appeal has been filed or not. And since your appeal has not been filed as you desired by your family members, therefore it should be now the responsibility of the jail authorities. So we passed a slew of directions making such provisions, and also connecting the jail with the High Court website. What happened? We condoned the delay immediately, and of course we gave some time to the PP, to the public prosecutor, to file objection against the bail, prayer for bail. So bail was granted after a few days, after a fortnight perhaps. But that matter, for monitoring as to what is happening inside the jail, to strengthen the system of making it realize that every convict is able to file his jail appeals. Matter came up after a month. We inquired from the public prosecutor as to whether that lady has been enlarged on bail or not. We were told that nobody came forth to deposit the what we call the bonds, bail bonds. Then we inquired from the district magistrate of, she was a resident of a rural area. So district magistrate of the area where her home was, we inquired from the district magistrate as to whether she has any relative. So we were told that her father was alive, her husband was alive, her brother was alive. So we asked the district magistrate to produce father, brother and husband, all three. Then we inquired from them as to why are you not taking her home. So what was told to me was that they were unable to execute any bail bond to give the adequate security. And after a year or two, that lady was let off finally. She was acquitted. So just see the plight of that lady. She spent 10 years where bail could have been granted to her within 6 months or a year from the date appeal was filed and from the date she was convicted. So this is one area I would emphasize here. I would request the lawyers present here to work on this area, and I hope, I rather desire that such kind of discussion should take place not only amongst the lawyers, but it should be amongst the lawyers, the jail authorities, the authorities of the Delhi government, as also the legal services authority. Legal services authority has been working day and night to achieve this object of providing as much access to justice as is possible. But I still feel that there is a need of better and more coordination between the legal services authorities, the PLVs, and the jail authorities, so that it can be ensured that whatever assistance, legal assistance is required to be provided to the convicts or prisoners accused, that is provided to them promptly. About a month or so ago, I read a news item in the newspaper that something around 300 prisoners, convicts, who have completed their sentence, have still not been released from jail for the reason that they were not able to deposit the fine. So then I inquired from my office as to what is there any such scheme run by the government of Delhi or not. So I was told there is a central government scheme. But see, because of the lack of coordination between jail authorities and those who are responsible for implementing this scheme, the scheme is that in suitable cases, there is a fund created, there is a district level committee, there is a state level committee. That committee decides as to whether the amount of fine can be deposited from that fund or not, and he can be released. Because of poverty, despite completing the total imprisonment period, the convicts are not being released because of lack of coordination between the jail authorities and the committee, both at the district level as also at the state level, who have to work and implement the scheme. So this kind of coordination is needed. About this film, I wish that this film will sensitize every stakeholder in the society connected with criminal justice administration. The criminal justice administration does not start from lodging of FIR or lodging of complaint, and it does not end with the conviction. Lot more goes on between these two events. So I hope and wish that this film will be able to sensitize all of us, all who are associated in one or the other manner with the administration of criminal justice system in our country. I congratulate the producer, the director, Mr. Mehta, of course, and the scriptwriter, Mr. Gupta, for bringing forth such a nicely done movie. I don't know whether I'll be able to watch it or not, but I congratulate and expect that this film will do a great job. To the lawyers present here, I would again request that there is something more than earning from a profession. You know, the biggest satisfaction you draw is not the amount of fee you charge or you get. The biggest, this is a profession. I keep on saying that there has to be necessarily a difference between a profession and business. We are not into any business. In a business, if the if the motive of the businessman is not to earn profit, that business is bound to fail. But in a profession, the basic element of a profession is service. ईश्वर ने पेट दिया तो कुछ तो करना पड़ता है. Otherwise, you are in a noble profession. आपका profession noble सिर्फ यूं ही नहीं कहा जाता. The kind of satisfaction which you draw when you ensure that somebody is granted bail or some innocent person ultimately is acquitted, that satisfaction you can't buy by roaming around in a BMW. These are some of the thoughts that just came to my mind. And lastly, I would only say that हमें अब अंग्रेजों के जमाने के जेलर नहीं चाहिए. We need jailers of 21st century. Thank you very much.